But if we really sincerely want to look into the performance, we are not talking about statistic, because statistic is a result. It is not setting the statistic and then say we measure, because that will end up you manipulating the figures. You set the procedure. You set the transparent culture. You settle all the backlog. We have a lot of backlog. PKM said, our good friend on ticket until today, still having trouble to try to tell us what's going on. And then he said a lot of people trying to stop it. I think afterwards, Dr. Zai can share how inside the cabinet when people try to stop you from telling something to the public. We leave it to Dr. Zai to tell us. I also hope one day Ong Tiket will stand here and say, once I was in the cabinet, I was trying to publicize this PKM. I hope he has the courage eventually to tell Najib, I'm going to publish this report. I'm going to tell you that your money has been wasted in this big project that we call a project, an agriculture project to tanam this lalang on a big scale. So these are the things that we have to look into the backlog. We have to look into very early stage. We have the Lingam thing. We have so many royal commissions, and none of the royal commission yield any results. Today, as Wabi Teng said, we have an inquest and a royal commission, 2 in 1. And instead of looking for the murderer, they start testing 100 over people's DNA. Because we just passed a bill called DNA bill, the Act, DNA Act, so they might as well make good use of it. You know, a person who is a public officers, one day you interact with more than 100 people. On your body, there were so many DNA deposited. So now they're going through all the DNA material, trying to work out who is the killer. So they are going to do the same thing with Anwar Ibrahim. They're going to check this little hole, how many DNA has been deposited. So that they can find the truth about Anwar's sexual orientation, the truth about Anwar ethical, morality, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean this is what's going on in this country, and we have again going for 100 days of this, as Y.B. Williams said, public relation exercise. We are of all this exercise, one simple question we still not answer. Where is this country going to? Are we as a nation, besides just using a slogan to talk about one Malaysia, are we really having the platform, having the democratic space, the equalities and the freedom for all the people in Malaysia to speak together, to ask for what we want, to direct the government, to serve our interests? All these are not there. So we hear various slogans, and all these slogans, I can assure you, it means nothing for Malaysian people. Because not that I'm anti-English, but I think this PR exercise company, they first devise all these things in English and submit to the Prime Minister, and they start speaking. So that's why we have slogan like One Malaysia, which means nothing to the Malaysian language. A Chinese-speaking person, a Malay-speaking person doesn't understand what is Satu Malaysia, what is Ika Malaysia or Intan. Because in our view, we are not North Korea and South Korea. We have always been one. The one that has split us, different, hate each other, is the Utusan Melayu, it is the Barisan Nasional, it is the racism that has been propagated through the media, through the political space that has been monopolized by one ruling party. And that is the one that we have to break. And that is the one that we have to break to recognize there were diversity in this country, there were diversity in public opinion, there were diversity in political stand, and all these voices are relevant in Malaysia. So that is what we have to do. So these 100 days, although there are surveys who say that Najib's rating is improving, but we were talking, that is just a survey, because we Malaysians we are very kind. When someone calls you to ask about opinion poll, most people don't understand what is opinion poll. They say, well, are you happy with the government's performance? You're not sure who is on the other line? You say, yes, of course, very happy. I dare you, nobody is going to say, yes, go and ask him to go to hell. Because they are not sure on the other line who claim they are independent poller, in fact is SB in disguise. So Najib can continue to fool himself. Just like our Prime Minister, the first 100 days, the previous Prime Minister, Abdullah Badawi, he has a 90% approval rating. But that doesn't mean anything. Eventually, you have to get down to work, trying to work out what it is. And come down to it, it is also the issues of economy. Here I want to make a very specific distinction between Najib liberalizations and what Pakatan Rakyat trying to do. We talk about Ketuanan Rakyat. Najib is talking about liberalization. Liberalization, exactly what we hear last 2 days. Bernas has been brought over by some big Hong Kong conglomerate, a very important monopoly of this country, fall into a foreign hands. Not that we are anti-foreign investment, but you have an institution that cannot protect the interests of the people. What we want is not just liberalizing so that the big tauke of the world, the big conglomerate of all the races can enjoy freedom to exploit. But what we are talking about is to give equal opportunities to all races, to give equal opportunities to people who deserve it, to give people a chance so that they can equally contribute to this country. I would like to move very quickly to end my speech on that we are sitting here, we should have no illusion that the road ahead of us, we have no illusions that this road is going to be easy. We understand that, as many other speakers say, we are under tremendous pressure and attack. Definitely, we are here. If we don't make it to Putrajaya, some of us are lawyers, make more money than they become MPs. Some of us can go to do their own work. There's no problem. But our job today, our struggle, is going to make a few people unemployed. I always do things in my area, there were a lot of squatters. Just over the small piece of zinc and a few wooden huts. They will fight to the end to defend this small property because that's all they have. But we have politicians who is going to lose their bankroll, going to lose their free holiday to Disneyland. They're going to lose their big car. You think they're going to let us just take over and take it away, deny them a decent employment, a decent livelihood, just because you Pakatans talking about democracy, human rights, and so on and so forth? No way. They will fight to the end. They are not going to just kill one person. They're going to make many, many more suffer in order to defend their livelihood, their employment, because beyond this job that Najib is sitting on, or Head Toyo is sitting on, they don't know what else to do. They cannot go to even to the factories and work on the operation line. Therefore, they will work very hard. And our survival and our advancement is depending on the people. We depend on your support because our agenda is in your interest. And if you think our agenda is in your interest, let's work, let's stand up together and fight for a better future for our next generation. And we all made our choice. We all decided to make the sacrifice. We all decided to take this risk. And we are all in this together. Thank you very much.